All right, summation of the October 20th, 2008 meeting of the Mendham Borough Town Council. Here we go. Okay, the meeting started off with a silent prayer. Unfortunately, the mayor has backslid and gone back to silent prayering. Might just be an accident, you know. Or maybe the God of rights got to him and inquisitioned him into compliance and said, "You must proselytize for our Lord and Savior." You know, I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens at the next meeting. Hopefully it's just a mayoral glitch, you know, but who knows. All right, first item of business was a proclamation thanking the Garden Club for their years of service. Apparently it's their 75th year anniversary, which is fine and nice. You know, should thank the ladies for cleaning up the gardens, the two main gardens that they work on. But, you know, the Garden Club sort of, I have a thing with them. You know, a little irritation just because, you know, for a few years I did a sub-website to the website, you know, for the Garden Club. And, you know, the boss of the Garden Club then was, you know, friendly, you know, didn't have anything against me. And I was providing it for free and doing them, you know, helping them out. And there was no real connection to me at all. I mean, you really couldn't find the connection unless you really worked to look for it. And, you know, and then they got the new boss decided no, because she's a town employee, and so I'm too controversial or too whatever to be associated with, and so they just, you know, decided to throw away a perfectly good website, lots of pictures, lots of stuff, and they just threw it away. Just said, forget it, we're not going to play anymore because we don't like him, so we won't play. And it was just so stupid and petty. It was petty. That's what it was. It was petty, and you know, people suck. But anyway, moving on. Okay, the first real item for business was there was a bunch of people from Prospect Street. Apparently the mayor lives there, the ex-mayor, I mean, Kraft. You know, and they're complaining because everybody's taking their road, New Street and Prospect Street, to avoid the center of town traffic. And they're speeding down there and, you know, creating a risk to their children and all such. And so there's lots of pleas for help and stuff, you know. You know, which is fine, yeah, but everybody's streets are kind of a mess. You know, everybody can go, well, it used to be so nice. You know, it's not so nice anymore. I mean, even the street, Ironia Road out here, it gets a lot more traffic than it used to, because people are just trying to take a shortcut around the, you know, 0.1 mile an hour horror going to it is to go through the center of town to get anywhere. You know, at the key hours, you know, school opening and closings. But anyway. So, whatever, the council listened to them. They talked about speed bumps and no left turns and different things they're studying and might do and might be helpful. And then when the crowd of people was leaving, that's the only time crowds show up is when they have a mission like this. You know, there's lots of yammering and talking going on, and you can overhear the council members yammering at each other, and they're sitting there complaining, well, what do you want, close down all the streets in the town? And the guy's saying shit, you know, a council member. I'm pretty sure it was a council member. Who else would be overheard on the mic that loudly? And you're saying, you know, these guys are just such hypocrites. You know, they can say shit and this and that, they can talk all this crap, okay, you know, and then when they put on their little political shoes, they just lie and then just, you know, the bullshit just flies out of their friggin' mouths. You know, just the duplicity of it all is just so disgusting. Why don't you just tell people tough shit, okay? If you're going to say tough shit after the meeting, why don't you say it during the meeting? Why don't you just grow some balls and actually express your real opinion, you useless piece of shit. You're a public servant, okay? Now, you're not the boss. You're not our controller. You're a public servant. Damn it. You shouldn't be a hypocrite. All right, anyway, so the next subject for discussion was COA, the housing, affordable housing. And so they had the two lawyers there, you know, and because they're trying to engineer a way out of this thing. They really don't want to have to build any affordable housing in this town. They want to avoid it if they can. And, you know, it's sort of half of this subject really is irrelevant, because it doesn't matter what standards COA is applying to them. They're all worried about these high numbers they have to meet and all this stuff. And none of those numbers mean anything if they don't have any new construction or new business in town. So the only time they have an obligation to do something is if they create something, if they allow something to be built. And so the basic standard is 1 out of 5 houses have to be by this affordable standard. And a tax is collected from commercial building to pay for it. Right? And the town has traditionally, over the last 12 or 15 years or whatever it is, they've sucked all the money, they've hidden all the money, they've misappropriated, in my opinion, all the money and given it to the little retirement community. Which is nice. I mean, it's nice that there's a place for for a subsidized place, but it's already federally subsidized. It's a non-profit company. They already have it really, really good there, and it's just completely bogus to take this money that's supposed to create housing opportunities for people, other human beings, and just keep giving it to the same people in perpetuity. I mean, they have to come up with something new, and they keep not doing it. As far as I know, except for the retirement people, they've only approved one affordable unit in 15 years. It's just insane, and that's how they meet their 20% obligation. So anyway, they're trying to engineer this whole thing by saying, oh, they don't have enough septic, and we don't have enough this, and we don't have enough that, which is all true, and there probably won't be as much growth as COA is anticipating. But the bottom line is they're just trying to find ways to squirrel out of these obligations. And it's just disgusting, because they don't want to have to deal with poor people or moderate income people. They want a gated town, period. Whatever, bastards. And then they complain that, well, if we don't be part of the program, then they'll take the money. It's a tax money anyway, okay? It's a tax on commercial buildings, so why not? If you're not going to do what the tax is intended to do, which is create opportunities for people to have a way to live, then yeah, they should take the damn money. Somebody who's going to spend it better than you should at least have the money. Whatever. Okay. So there was a bunch of ordinances. One of them's for that new pension program. It's supposed to cost the towns a little bit less over time. And then one council member was talking about it and saying, well, what if we had good stock investments? We could, the pension money, we didn't have to even contribute to the plans when the stock market's good. And they just people keep ignoring the stock market is a fraud. Okay, it's fake money. It's not real money. Oh, whatever. All right, then there was another ordinance about this 34B East Main Street, this piece of property that the town wants to buy. And with county money, they've put a petition in to get some county money for the property, and so apparently some sort of walk through the property has to be done to evaluate whether it's really property or some other kind of crap. Or they got $3,200, and then the one council member says he saw a website where it's only $900 and whatever, but they don't have to pay the money unless the land thing deal goes through, and so then they can argue about the dollars. All right, they rejected bids on the Tempe Wake pump station, so I guess we're going to have to change the standards that they want the contractors to meet so that they can get a bid that's reasonable. Apparently they're going to have to do 2 different kinds of repairs at the police station. I mean, one, I guess, is their stupid air conditioner thing or something again for the 900th time. They spent about $90,000 on the stupid air conditioner for the police. And apparently some kind of blast thing. They said it so quickly I couldn't tell what he was saying, but apparently they're going to put up a glass shield maybe or something, to protect the cops from maybe citizens spitting at them or something. I don't know. But anyway. Administrative report, this tax sales coming up or something, I guess. So there's 4 property going up for sale for the tax sale. There was some jibber jabber about the 107 acres. I guess it's a Thomas tract. I don't know about getting access to the property or something. I don't know what the hell she was talking about. And then there was a little bit of a follow-up on the fact that the town basically hasn't been inspecting for things like they make a deal with a business and say, okay, this is your wastewater use, you can use this much water and you can't go over these limits and blah blah blah, and apparently no one's ever checked up on any of these people, make sure they have faucets that only use a certain amount of water and water friendly toilets and all that kind of crap. So they're trying to get some kind of system in place where compliance is required, and that's actually somebody actually checks to see if they're complying. And then there was apparently some people who go bowling at the Pastime Club were complaining about the Black Horse Inn patrons parking in the municipal parking lot and at the Pastime Club and at the church and all these other places, and they've been doing that forever because it's all valet parking at the Black Horse Inn because their parking lot is so small you really have to professionally park the cars to make enough room. I used to be a car parker at the Black Horse, just for the hell of throwing it in. The best one ever, of course. Never wrecked a car, never a dent. Perfect record. But anyway, yeah, so that's been a problem forever, and it's not going to change. So yeah, the council members were pretty deaf-eared to that problem. It's okay. The high school, the new wing is open, the freshman wing they call it or whatever. Yeah, the big preposterous pile of debt for all this new construction on the high school, monstrous debt. I don't know, the administrator is going to take young little Connor, the high school representative, to the council meeting, to some meeting on a Wednesday or something. I don't know what the hell that's about. The whole thing's creepy. I just want to know what information this kid's getting that I'm not getting. That's the thing I want to know.
There was some talk about there was a big car accident that wiped out a couple of telephone poles, and so then a council member brought up something about trying to get money back from insurance companies or whatever to try to pay for, having the cops and all this stuff that has to happen because of that mess. And again, there was a lawyer spoke at the end of the meeting, just brought up COA again and said, oh yeah, we're taking kind of an aggressive path. So he admits they're aggressively trying to avoid their obligation in this thing they've got to submit by the end of the year to the council, the Affordable Housing Council. And so he's just sort of setting them up that, yeah, well, they might not go for it because they might be smart enough to actually read what we proposed and know that it's complete crap, and they might actually say, no, you can't do that. You gotta come up with a better plan like that, like a plan that actually creates affordable housing in your town. That's what we're about, you idiots, affordable housing. So you have to actually have a plan that has something to do with affordable housing, you bastards, you. Property maintenance code, I don't know what that's about, something we can come up with the next meeting, I guess. So, I don't know, I guess that's it, right? How much time? Oh, I got no time left anyway, so yeah, the end.